Let's start from yesterday. So I left here somewhere. Um, if the error was returned printed to the console. So yeah, I think I did this set flags. Okay. Mhm. So this should give me the yes. So I made some quick changes. Then so I have age also here like this. And okay, all right, this works. Next is so now we'll be using Go Slice. Ooh. Mm, Go Slice. Okay, random greeting. What does this give you? The Go Slice. Slice is like an array, except its size changes dynamically. Okay, so we are going to use a slice. Do have an external link here that you can see. Go slices, arrays. 2011. Okay. Slash abstraction built on those array types. So we must first understand the okay. Array size is fixed. Okay, so we know that arrays are fixed length size. They are like linked list sort of things. Linked list, just list. Those arrays are values. Okay, it's not a pointer to the first array. So Go does not store pointers in arrays. Basically, the variable denotes the entire array. So when you pass things around, you will need to make a copy of its contents, or else it will modify the actual array. Mm, Slice can be created with a built-in function called make. So, Avinash, because Rust I have tried and I sort of blew my brains after a few seconds. So Golang seems easier. I have written stuff with Golang, but I have never learned it. So just trying to learn a little bit of. the internals of all these things like bytes and all. Okay, let's just go to the code. There's too much of reading. Okay, so we are going to do greetings.go. So we have greetings.go, and what we are going to do is we're going to map EBF is still way too far, at least for me, on the roadmap. So I have so here it will be random format. Okay, this is a bit weird. It's just random format. Okay, so they're going to just go into the function down from random format. Okay, this will take string. String. Let's see. Tetragon. Tetragon. I've heard of this. Tetragon. Seems new tetragon. Too much of unknown stuff in here. There is deploy demo application. Seems cool. It's got 92 issues. करो करो. Seems good. I will keep it on the list of things that I have to eventually do someday. Random formats. Mm, okay. Uh, Slice of message formats. Okay. Hi. Yes. Good to see you. Alright. And which is okay. So then we will do return formats. this is also very confusing. So it's formats random dot integer, I think. Length formats. Okay. Yeah. Is. So then I don't need to give multiple strings. Do I need to give multiple strings? Hmm. One second. So this is the okay. This is a return. So this is a return data type of a function. Whereas whatever goes inside here is your function parameters. Okay. We specifically it is a random this. So it will return a string here and after that it will be plugged. Okay, makes sense. In this code, you add a random format function that returns random static format for every message. Now that random format starts with lowercase, making it accessible only to the code in its own package. Okay. In random format, declare a format slice, three message formats, declaring unit. Okay. This is a math random package to generate and add init function to seed. Wait, where did we do init? Where is the init function? Go executes init function, but where is init functions, which are automatically at program startup after global variables have been initialized. ये बाद में पढ़ेंगे. In hello called random format function. ठीक है. Then we'll do win hello world. We're just adding Gladys name, different name. Hello, Avnish. 23 years, 22 years. चलिए wait for error. Okay. Hi Avnish, welcome. The age is 22. Great to see you, Avnish. It's been 22 years. Haha, cool. Okay, okay. Oh, why did this get swapped? Your age is damn hello 22. Weird. How did that get swapped out? Why is this different? Hi, welcome to see you. Your age is great to see you. See this thing here. It should. Oh, okay. I'm passing name first. Got it. Sorry. Brain fart moment. So yeah, yes, that's correct. Cool. So we have done this. Now we are going to return greetings from multiple people. So skill case है क्या? In the last changes you make to your models code, you add support for getting greetings from multiple people in one request. In other words, you handle a multi-value input, then pair values in that input with a multi-value output. Okay. Oh, they teach you something good also here. So you write a function with a different name. Cool. Let's go back to greetings. Okay, let's resize it. Uh, so we have here function hello name string error. Okay, this is my custom function. If no name was given, return an error with the message. Okay, cool. This is all same. Okay, it's of same here. Now we will do function hellos. फंक्शन हेलोस ठीक है इसमें क्या करना है भाई ये names is a slice of string and we will be returning a map with the string key as well as the string value and error. Cool. Then what we will do? We will do messages make map. So this I think is to make a slice. So you can use the make function to make a slice. Hey, why do you use the make function? कहाँ ना इधर किधर तो मैंने लिखा भी था. Slices make function. So when you assign a pass, you can you will make a slice can be created with a built-in function. Okay. Oh, instantiate object struct. Oh, that's good. In Python, it's so easy. I just equal to and you get a dictionary. But ठीक है, चलो. But I guess yeah, in Python it's dynamic. I can't set the length of it. The max length, I guess. That is what it is. Na, here. Make this and length. length and capacity. So, so 5 capacity. Okay, cap, len and cap. I have never used CR. I've heard of all this malloc and all, but I don't use C. Malloc, free, and all that memory wala commands. Oh, ho, ho. CB, I think I'll have to learn, yeah, now that I'm messing around with Envoy and all. I think I'll have to learn C also. इतना प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज सीखना है यार. ठीक है. Let's move on. दर्द ही दर्द. Messages. Okay. Ayana for name range names. Okay. So basically here it is going to do a for loop with a variable that I'm not going to use afterwards because Go doesn't like unusual variables, and it's going to give a name. It's going to range over the names, that is this, right? जो कि स्लाइस है तो ठीक है and then I'm going to do message error to hello. Mm, error not equal to nil. If error not equal to return nil. Okay, then I will do messages name equals to message. अब नेम कहाँ से आया? हाँ, इसमें इसका मैप के अंदर this is the key, this is the message. Okay. Then last में I will do return messages comma nil. In range and in range carry. ये स्पॉइलर मत दे रे. स्पॉइलर नहीं देने का. In Python में तो easy ना, for I in range तो बहुत easy है. ये वाला क्या है? In range and ये कोलन इक्वल टू तो जब भी डिक्लेयर करने का रहेगा और वैल्यू असाइन करने का रहेगा तभी है ना. That is what I remember. If I want to declare and use at the same time, then only I will use equal to ये colon equal to. ठीक है. Oh, let's move ahead. Return messages nil. ये हुई ना बात. We go. हम भी go programmer. Oh, one thing I know is I have used Python a lot, right? So I know the internal bit little of it, but not recently. I don't know about 3.6 onwards, 3.6 to 3.10 onwards. I have no idea. But I had written an entire Kafka parser in it. Not Kafka parser, log parser to be like it that was sort of the Python 2.7 wala application. So it's I just wrote a what do you say like a log parser sort of thing. So that's why I have Python ka knowledge at least. So I don't get confused in Python itna. ठीक है. Return messages nil. I think I can just join now with you. If I invite you, I can. I think you can have up to 6 people. I can invite you. I think. फिर तू भी बात कर सकता है बराबर से. हाँ. Are you not letting me share the link with you? The error occurred. I can. Oh shit! It showed in the chat. ये हटा हटा इसको. ठीक है. So, loop through the names you receive or function receive, checking that each has non-empty value, then associate a message with each. Blank identifier, हाँ ये तो मैं समझा रही हूँ. This is to ignore. In hello hello, pass a slice of names. Okay, how do you इधर क्या change हुआ? Now we will make names string. Okay, we will declare it Leon with Ramesh. ठीक है. Messages error greeting dot hello names. Okay. Greetings dot hello. Yes. Messages. Oh, okay. Not enough arguments and hellos. I think इसको भी सेम ही रखना पड़ेगा. Age int. Have string one string int. तो दिया ना मैंने string int. हाँ hello मैंने दिया है. But now everybody's age will be 22. अरे इधर अविनेश दिख रहा है रे मेरे को. ओ माय गॉड. ये लेआउट बहुत स्लो चल रहा है. आई कैन. वन सेकेंड ना. हाँ आई कैन हियर. My earphones I have put, but I have not turned it on only.
ये भी ठीक
So
है.
my headphones are on from when, but it's not in use. I can hear it. इसको ना let me just make this layout proper. हाँ ये ऐसा अच्छा है. The StreamYard thing is good यार. You can update the layout and all फटाक करके.
Yep. मोस्टली व्हेन इट कम्स टू कॉन्फ्रेंसेस एंड ऑल, ये सब जो होता है ना, डेमोज एंड ऑल, उसमें सब
हाँ हाँ
स्ट्रीम प्रेफर करते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा, क्योंकि बहुत इजी
हाँ
है.
हाँ ये अच्छा भी रहेगा तो मैं इसका पेड वर्जन भी यूज करूंगा यार. कुछ फर्क नहीं मेरे को ऐसा भी.
लाइक
इसका भी पेड वर्जन.
संयम और क्यूब सिंप्लीफाई तो यूज करता है, पेड ही करता है.
हाँ इसमें मेरे को फ्री वाले में नहीं मिलता यार वो ऑप्शन डाउनलोड करने के लिए. उसके लिए अपग्रेड करना पड़ता है.
डाउनलोड एंड
ऐसा बोल.
1080 पे आपका कैमरा भी नहीं आता.
वेबकैम लेना पड़ेगा रे मेरे को. एक है मेरे पास लेनोवो का. बहुत बेकार है पर मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा कोई अच्छा अच्छा वेबकैम आता तो मैं वो ले लूंगा. मेरे को एक बार ना मैंने एक टॉक दिया था रे. टेराफॉर्म का कॉन्फ्रेंस का कुछ तो उसमें मेरे को कोई तो मैसेज किया था कि आई विल बाय एंड गिव यू माइक एंड वेबकैम. तो मैं उसको बोला नहीं नहीं रहने दे भाई. बाहर से था क्या जाता रे वो. तो वो बोला आई गिव यू वाउचर अमेजोन का. यू गो बाय. वो मेरा फर्स्ट टॉक था. हाशी कॉप
क्या बात है.
हाशी टॉक्स करके होता है ना उन लोग का.
हम्म.
तो
तो इतना
वो
अच्छा
अच्छा है
आपको बोल
उनका.
दिया कि आपको वो देने की बात कर दी वो लोग.
अरे हाँ मेरा वो फर्स्ट टॉक था यार. उसमें कितना लोचा हो गया उनका रिकॉर्डिंग की वजह से. तभी मेरा कितना. वो लास्ट लास्ट ईयर था वो 2022.
हम्म.
तो तभी मेरा ना ये ऐसा सेटअप नहीं था. मेरा माइक लैपटॉप वाला माइक तो आई कुड हियर फ्रॉम द बिल्डिंग टू टू buildings away children playing. That you could hear in the mic. Imagine. इतना इतना दूर से आवाज पकड़ रहा था. I don't know what is the this with mics and Linux, but they don't run well.
I can vouch on that. Yes, they don't.
The laptop only just doesn't work out. But like I have an external mic now, so this works. Any external mic I get now, it works very well. But the laptop mic, it's like I don't like you or something like that. For more, okay, now we are going to do test. So how did you start learning the Golang? Did you like do tutorials or something? Ki direct GitHub.
मैंने डायरेक्ट इशू लिया.
तुम लोग कैसे उठाते हो यार ऐसा इशू. मेरे को समझता नहीं है आज तक. इट टेक्स मी सो मच टाइम टू जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज गोइंग अराउंड टू लाइक जस्ट फाइंड अ फाइल. आई हैव ओनली रिटन वन गोलैंग वाला इशू. दैट वाज सम मैटर मोस्ट का टेस्ट. दैट वाज आई डोंट नो इफ इट गॉट मर्ज्ड आउट. After 6 months or so, I told them I have done it, merge it or something, and some linter thing of theirs was giving error. By that time, I had like मेरा ये हो गया था. Like I was not interested anymore, so I left it then. Because everything was working, everything was right. Some linter of theirs was failing, which I couldn't do anything. So I left it.
It's something like, you take one issue and it's a big one, and for some amount of time you give that great amount of time, and if that gets merged, नेक्स्ट टाइम से खुद ही हो जाता है कि ठीक है, अब मैं करना शुरू कर दूंगा, अब आई कैन डू थिंग्स. सो इट्स जस्ट लाइक
Oh,
एन आइस ब्रेकिंग थिंग जो करना पड़ता है. मैंने भी वही किया था. एक बहुत बड़ा इशू ले लिया था. वो बड़ा इशू जब सॉल्व हुआ तो फुल कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया.
वो अच्छा है यार. For me now with programming, I've got very like it's a very hate and love relationship sort of. Like if I want to do anything quickly now, I will just open a terminal Python and I will do it. But the moment I go to Golang now, I don't understand how to print variables sometimes. Like if I print a variable, it shows me a memory address. And I'm like, how is that even possible that your default is showing me a memory address rather than a like if I print. If I just do print ln, it prints the memory address of that किधर वो stored है ना उसका memory address it will
Because
print
you're printing
at
the
time.
pointer, right?
हाँ, I'm not printing the print. I'm just printing the variable. But that variable is
That
probably
variable is
pointing.
holding a pointer now.
I'm like,
That's the
अरे
whole
मुझे
fun.
कैसे मालूम रहेगा? हाँ, that's the whole fun. I know. But if I'm doing something where I need like time sensitive sort of thing, then I just go to Python here. Python is, I don't know, till date Python has got very easy for me because I started with that only like in college because हम लोग के टीचर्स हम लोग की टीचर ने पीएचपी हम लोग को 45 मिनट के लेक्चर में पूरा पीएचपी सिखा दिया. So I was like, I'm not learning that language. I will learn anything other than that. So what I did is someone has joined. Someone
So we know some
has joined.
long time on Twitch.
Admiral.
I don't know who this
अरे
is.
जिस Twitch का comments you can only put on the screen man. You can't actually देख नहीं सकता कौन है वो Twitch पे. Who is this
I don't know.
Admiral?
Maybe someone who had followed me back then when I used to do the streams.
So you used to also stream?
Yeah, yeah, I've done like I've solved issues over here. I've built entire KSCTL project over here on Twitch
Ah,
streams.
so you're like Dipankar only basically.
Sorry,
You're like Dipankar only then.
uh, I mean I did live stream. Dipankar did join me for few, but majority of the coding part was me who did the on stream thing. For KSCTL, of course, Dipankar did all the things, most of the things. I did. On stream I've done. It's fun. It's fun to talk to people and then you code it, you discuss the architecture. So entire KSCTL architecture that you see was designed on a Twitch stream where I was talking to people. Dipankar was there. We were discussing should we do this way, should we do that way.
Oh, that's good, yeah. I like this approach. Like it's new to me, to be honest. Like I'm not, what do you say? I'm not so much of a video person. But the only thing that I like about this whole Twitch thing is, even if nobody's on the stream, okay, I don't care if people join or people don't. People join or no. It's like that camera is on me, right? So I
You have to
automatically
do it.
get into the yeah, I automatically get into the workshop mode. So I do workshop right for solo. The heat is too much here.
Mhm.
The heat
Same
is too much here.
Same here.
How's the temperature where you are?
Let me just check. It's gonna be above 40 or something for sure.
Above 40.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh no. Oh,
Uh,
that's a shocking thing. So today it shows that there will be a rain, which is really hard, and even if it is raining, the degree is like 39.
that's
Tomorrow
not
it's gonna
rain.
be
That's
41.
that's that's fire. That's not rain, dude. That's fire. With rain 30, that is fire.
Dude,
And this has happened, okay, last year. Like the last rains, right? It was raining. Like I could feel the rain. But inside the house it was like hot. Like the heat was so much. I was like, this isn't rain, yeah. I remember rains used to be like we used to have like we used to go and like not put on the fan and all. But now you have to do all that. You have to keep the fan on and all.
I mean, and that, and then this there is this college and all those stuff. They call us like in 2 in the afternoon, and you have to travel via
Arey,
public
arey.
transport. Oh my god,
But
that's
part of misses that whole travel thing every day. Some part of me misses it, but not all. Like I did, right? I traveled for 3 years work and 3 years college and whatnot. I traveled, right? It was hell, okay. Trust me, it was hell. In Mumbai, at least local, if you go in the second class, you get nice massage and you come during like work hours and all. So it was hell, but yeah, honestly, I've like had good travel like, but for office it was shit, man. We had to wake up. You had to reach before a certain time because I was tech support, right?
Hmm.
We had to log in, and it was like if you did not log in at certain time, then they would mark you late or something like that. So a lot of shit. But I like how Golang is like we will just introduce random stuff. You you figure out what we have added after we write the code. Like now they just added regex.
So that's what you use for I don't know what it is called in Java or something. So manipulating strings, so you match patterns and all those things.
Aha, I'm familiar with all this. It's not like I have not programmed or anything. It's just
Yeah,
that
you have done a lot of bash and all those things. You must
so I
be.
used to code a lot in Python. Honestly, in Python, I have actually sat and written an application for my previous workplace that they still use, like a command line application. So I had to, like, it was not production application, but it was production for the entire team, like around 40 people or something. They used to use it to read logs. The only thing with Golang, right? It's not about the whole language that I find confusing. It's just that its syntax is a bit different and it's a compiled language, right? So I'm not used to that whole compiled language. Like now, to give you an example, if I had to test something in Python, I could just write a simple, like a sample file and test it. On the other hand, if I had to like fix something in a Golang project, okay, I have to recompile that entire thing for it to work. Right.
Mhm.
If you have to, if you're doing some bug report fixing in a Golang project, you would have to recompile, right, the entire that package to just get something to show on the screen, right?
No,
Or
you
how is
can
it
write
with you?
unit test for that as well.
Unit test is okay, but for example, you're fixing a bug in the code. To
Mhm.
test that, you would just go and write a unit test, or do you like at least check the code? Like for example, if I'm writing Python a for loop, okay, write a for loop, I printed it on the screen instantly. Now it's a big program. I would still get that same instant output because I'm just running the one file, right? But it's
Mhm.
not the same for Golang, right? For Golang, if I make changes in three places and it's packages, then it would recompile the entire package, right?
Um, if you
Similar
only,
to how you do C.
I don't know if I'm a perfect person to answer this, but you do can test a particular file while just running that particular file. If that file is not connected to another file, or maybe not dependent on another file.
Oh, that's I think that's easy because I always get scared of this whole compile stuff, man. Even C, right? I have to learn C also somehow, anyhow, because everything is moving back to C and Rust now.
Yes.
So if I have to learn about EVPF and all, then I definitely have to go back to learning C also. But I'm not worried about C that much because I have heard there's a lot of progress that has happened with C. Like compared to what we had when we were in college or something, it's become much better, I guess. But I'm not sure, man. If only once I do it, I know.
Yeah, could be.
Message. Have you done any C recently?
So, C was the very first language that we were taught in school and then college and stuff. So I was already
And
familiar
then
with it.
that C is, I think it's way different, man. That's did you all learn on the Turbo CC or
No,
did
no,
you all do normal?
normal, normal. I mean, I was someone who did from on the turbo thing as well, but later on we did. But C was never a language for me to build a project or something. It was more like a DSA thing because in
Ah,
schools they are taught that way. That's the
oh,
thing.
so you all had DSA in college also, or school?
No, no, no. I mean, DSA's data structures. Some of the things were there, like
Ah,
solving programs efficiently. They didn't call it DSA back then, but eventually they were DSAs, right?
oh, that's good. I mean, the things that we had for DSA was like so boring. They made it so boring that I don't think so. Half the class that was there for tech, right, is even still in tech, to be honest.
That's the
Like the
same.
people who came, sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the same thing for everyone. Like in my college as well, not everyone. I mean, very few are going in tech, or maybe they know DSS and all. They do DSS for just like problem solving and all those things. I don't know for placements and stuff, which is quite weird for me.
There was there was this other thing, a part of DSA that I used to try to do. It's called Code Katas or something like that. And there was a nice website. I don't remember the name.
Katacoms?
For that, uh,
No, no, code cut.
Kata Koda, I think
Yeah,
Kata Koda
Katakoda.
or
Yeah,
some.
Katakoda. It was back then, but now it's not anymore.
It's not.
Oh, they shut down their operation last year, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, weird. I remember. Okay, I don't remember the website, but it was a dark, like a dark website.
Search for Katakoda. If this was the web, they do have the website, but I'm not sure if they are not.
Oh
I mean,
no, 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 not these people, not these people.
oh,
Uh, I think it was Code Wars. Let me just see the logo. I think it was Code Wars. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, yeah, it's this website. So this is also like your what do you say, that DSA thing what people do now.
lead code.
Something similar. Lead code shit, something similar, but it is more like for you. Like if you want to sit and do daily challenges. There's also one more. It's about math. I can't remember the name for that, but it's a very famous thing, and all they give you is math solutions, and you have to code that. So people who like math, right? They used to love that.
Yep.
I can't remember the name. It's got some scientific sort of name. Euler solutions, something like that. Euler's code or something. Oh, hey, somebody else also joined the stream.
Hey Spiro, how's it going, man?
Who is Spiro?
Has been a very consistent when it comes to Twitch streams for Cube Simplify. So that's when I came to know him. He was back then in Jan when I used to do, and still he is there when Sayam does the chai pe charcha thing. Very
Man, you're
consistent.
famous, man.
Who?
You're the fully famous. You on Twitch.
Not really. I won't say I'm
Twitch
famous.
and Cube Simplify.
Yeah.
I have only written few articles for Cube Simplify. That's it. That also now I haven't had a chance to do anything now. Somebody was telling me to write about my experience joining solo also. Let's see when I get time to do that.
Do you really want to write those things? How about
I
you
mean,
go?
it's like they're like 6 months, right? So how was the experience?
Oh, the
Uh,
company says to write.
no, no, people are asking me
Oh,
like
people are asking. Okay.
because I think I don't know. Yeah, some people say that it's very tough to get in there, but I got in, so it's a bit you know it's a bit confusing to me because I honestly it's a very good place to work in. Only thing is like the tech stack there is like way ahead than what I had.
Hmm.
And you also have to like deal with RFCs and all directly. So I mean, you have you heard of RFC?
I was about to ask what's an RFC.
So like RFC is like a request for something. Let me just tell you what it is. Request for comments. So this is like a document, okay, that for example, uh, you know the HTTP 1.1 protocol, right?
Hmm.
That also will have an RFC. So if you do HTTP 1.1 RFC, right, you will get this way articles, right, that show you the RFC, and this is the actual. So this is the actual spec. So when you go and you do anything with HTTP, no, it has to match what is written in this document. It cannot do anything apart from the document. If it's doing something apart, means it's not standard.
Hmm.
So everything will be documented here. What happens if you pass certain headers? What should happen if this header is like in the request? What should be the size of something? Everything will be written here, and people then go and they implement HTTP servers and all based on the specs. So this is like your blueprint to implement like for example an HTTP server. If you want to implement, it has to conform to these uh, specifications basically, and only
Okay.
then you can what do you say? Only then you can say your server is an RFC compliant server. So that's like a standard that you get for a server. Okay, let's run go test and then see how it fails.
Is it like Open API standards? Spiro asked.
No, no. Open API is like it's like that something, but it is so Open API also will have a spec like an RFC. Maybe Open API has an RFC. Okay? Open API RFC, like yeah. So Open API also is like a spec, like an RFC. But RFCs are the IETF वाला stuff रहता है ना, the Internet Task
Hmm.
Force Engineering. It is they have done that. These people can create whatever they want. Open API spec, Swagger spec, जो भी spec रहेगा. But these are all different. Like so Open API spec is a RFC, sort of like an RFC for Open API application. So using that spec, people can build Open API servers and whatnot. I that day only I saw it somewhere. So I have to even actually deal with Open API nowadays. Open API, Swagger.
Why is it so?
There
Is that,
is man.
I mean, if it's not confidential?
No, Open API and all is all public.
No, I mean,
A
you
whole
said you
product is
deal with it, right?
no means I have to understand it. So it's
Ah,
another tech component that I have to understand. That day only I was seeing somewhere there is a spec for this. So if I have to write a Golang library, right, for Open API, I have to go to the spec and I have to make sure that it complies with that spec. If it doesn't comply with that spec, then I can't say that what I have written is compliant. Like it's sort of like a standard, like how you have Fasai and all that. No, so you can say, okay, my server is based on the spec.
also, you have a new viewer. He asked if you are learning Go from official docs.
Yes, this is the official docs. Actually, I'm learning it because I want to write a web application that I can use for testing. So I just wanted to go back to this tutorial, understand how this works and all. Mm, and then hopefully I can write the web application quite easily. So I can write Golang, but I get confused with the syntax and the way they override struct functions and whatnot. It's too confusing when you just dive into it. Here,
Hey, I just found an issue. A documentation fix for Tetragon.
go, assign it to yourself before somebody
No, I
jumps
found
in.
it. I have to create an issue for that because one of the links are not working.
Ah, okay, that way. Ah, that is good. So what you just read the docs, kya, of this, like after taking the project.
I was looking into so normally I don't read much of the docs when it comes to Go projects because it's mainly my target is to go and fetch the issue and complete it. That's what I do when it comes to Go. But here in case of eBPF and all those stuff, it's way too complex. So it's better to read those things initially.
Yeah, man. It's too. It's not. So I don't know. I have not touched EVPF, man. So I don't know how good it is or how complicated it is.
I mean, it's fun to learn.
Mm,
It's really fun to learn, but and it's kind of easy to implement as well. It's not that much hard. The thing is, you never see, either you see very basic or you see the very complex thing. There's no middle ground over here. So you can write hello world easily, right, and do the basic operations, and then the next thing you would see in the internet is the big complex projects, writing the observability concepts and all those things. There's no middle ground over here to understand how to proceed and all those things.
yeah, even I think Dipankar was saying the same thing. He was like, "Is it's a very different." Huh? Somebody I was talking to, yeah, was doing EBPF examples or something like that are very hard to find. Uh,
Oh, there are
I
blog posts.
love how Golang just puts random stuff but doesn't tell you what.
Where did they put random stuff?
So I can see here it says I call the function here hello. I
Mhm.
passed name and age. It says if not want match string. Now what is match string?
So you just compiled something and then the match string will match if it is matching the pattern.
Okay, but then this is a little bit bullshitty. 1 second. regex101.com. अरे भाई. Okay, so I'm here. Now I have slash b laddies. Okay, and what am I returning here? My function hello returns random format में any one of these, right? So if I put hi, oh, but what if I wanted to match two things? Then how I would do it? So I wanted to match a name and an age. I can just do income slash your age is 29. Cool. Now let me see. Now I have two matches, but how do I know what is this want?
You want to know what
It
is this
just
want?
says, see
Uh,
now, it says want regex p must compile, and this is a
what,
regex, right?
see what must compile returns. Search for that. You can do
So
a
it just
GD.
returns,
Go for the definition.
I can do a,
Oh, you're using Vim, right?
haha,
Okay, then you won't have the. I don't know if you have a GD command set.
it's a GD command.
Oh yeah, there you go. So this shows you the definition of that particular file, particular function. See what it
Oh,
is
that's
written on.
cool. Must compile returns. Wow. Pointers. I hate this.
And then if
Pointer
not,
to,
you can do a GD to that as well to see what exactly is the regex p,
okay, it's fun. Let me try.
and it's a
Haha,
struct.
cool. This is cool. Okay, so now I have a struct. Have expression from. Hmm.
Also, there is a question for you. Do you want to answer that?
So I, in all honesty, please learn programming. So see, there is no necessity of learning programming, okay, in DevOps. Somebody who wants to just work as a DevOps can go very far without programming. Also, there are no code tools these days, and a lot of progress in the non code. But honestly, from where I'm seeing, I would rather have little bit of programming knowledge, at least something that I can fix a bug if I see it in a open source repository. So I would at least aim to reach that level. I don't want to be like a super programmer where I'm writing programs around whole day, because then I'll just burn out. But if I had a chance, yes, I would learn programming a bit more. At least now, then this thing what I'm currently wondering what is happening, how it is happening, would be much easier. I accept the file? Okay, so I have GD which returns a regex. Okay, I need to know what this is. Wow. Syntax.perl. Okay, yeah, this is not helping. How do you think this is helping, man?
This won't help you. I'm just telling you how to debug. Go back. I'll tell you what this thing is doing.
See, I don't need to. Okay, I understand that it's compiling this regex because I have used Python ka regex. Same functions are there. Okay, I can do a compile and I can do a match. Now my question is, I have this line. Okay, I have this line that I get returned, which is a string.
Mhm.
Okay, and it says want match for. I don't know what is this magic they have, but I know it's a string format. String format. Oh,
So, what are you currently looking for? Is it line number one? I mean,
So currently I am on this line, right? I know I can understand. Okay, this will compile
Mm-hmm.
the name and it will match the name wherever it is in the string, right?
Yeah,
But I
it
have
will
two
just
things.
compare.
Ha,
It
correct.
will
It
just
will just
compile.
compile.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, it will just compile. But
Yeah.
I have two things. I have name, right? And I have age also. So now I can match the both of these with just one alternative, right? It's a or alternative.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this is going to do an entire match. Like I can have a subgroup match and I can have a normal match.
Yeah.
So
Go to the
I have
definition of match string.
match string. Okay,
Yeah. Do a GD and read what it is saying. Match string reports whether the string S contains any match of the regular expression RE. Now, what RE is your want,
correct.
and SE is
RE
your
is the
string you're
one.
passing.
Correct. So I have this. I have this with me.
Yeah, and it is returning a
Mm,
boolean value. So if there is a match, it is just returning true or false.
true. Okay. 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 Got it. So here it says return value is just true or false. So hmm, there is one question I still have, that what kind of match is it using? Is it using a scan type of match or is it just first word wala match?
I think it's comparing the entire pattern. So there can be complex regex expression as well, right? So
Correct.
it will be looking
Have you
for
have you
match.
have you played with regex before?
Yeah, I did.
So do you think this is uh so I want to match 29 also. 29 is what I want to match.
You would have to write a star into it. Maybe.
No, that would match the entire string. No, I just want to match if there is Gladys or if there is 20 and there is 29. Mhm. What is the and? There's an and out for digits. Hmm.
But I'll search then.
There is one nice thing I want to use in regex, and that is called these uh, positive look ahead and look behind or shit.
Not someone who is very good with regex, so no comments.
Trust me, I had to learn it.
I
I don't
need
know.
to.
I wrote that parser thing.
Mhm.
That parser thing was just entire regex trying to match the log string. So it says you can match either or. I don't think you can do hand matching.
I'm sure there are ways to do it. Let me just.
There will be some regex who will be there for it. Use a non-consuming regular expression. Let's try this. It's a look ahead.
if you want to do an end operation, how about you enclose the second word with a between stars, so that any words before, there can be n number of words before that, and there can be n number of after that as well, and you'll have two words.
But that won't match, no.
Why wouldn't that match if your
It will take
sentence?
everything. It will match everything, no. We only want to match two, meaning we don't want what is there in between.
But
If you have
this
to
this
reject
match string will only return you true or false if both the words consist. If that,
both, no.
okay, okay, I get it. But I'm
Just saying this positive look around should work. Let's try, okay? But it doesn't match ladies also. What is this B thing for? Meta escape. Boundary. Acha boundary word hai. First let me demo this. No match. I think
you
let's
can
just try
you
see.
can do something which is like, um, so how about we do the boundary thing? So say the B word is in under a boundary, right? And then you put a star, and then you create another boundary.
But the moment you put star, see if I put star, no, it's like dot star. You mean right? So
And then another word under a boundary.
I can do this, right? 29. Getting it? But there is one trick that you can use here, and that is so now you have group one and group two. So using subgroups, then you know, okay, subgroup one is this, subgroup two will be 29. I want to know if this will work here. Okay, one thing we can do is we can just try it out now. That's all we can do. So we can also do, we can just remove this, and then we'll have something like this. We have group 1 that says Gladys, match 2 that says 29, and group 2 that says 29. Or we can just leave the groups and just do two matches. This should work. Let's say in age is 29. Right. Okay, so I think I just need to put it like this. Plus age. What is the nil value for this uh, number? Nil
Number isn't?
like it's hello empty, right? Empty string.
Yeah.
So what is the number on this? Nil out.
Uh, what is the other parameter you're sending?
Int. Int.
It, I think it should be zero.
But zero is still a valid int, no?
Hmm.
Empty. Empty के लिए what you would
You can't.
can't check. So nil is what then? Nil is just Nothing, I guess.
Yeah, nil is nothing. Usually, what the variables are uh, instantiated with the default values over here in Golang. So
Ah, yeah, yeah, I've heard of that.
you won't have a nil thing, and that is the reason why you have to make you have to use the make thing, because then it instantiate with the zero length or something like that.
Uh-huh, makes sense. Also, this part is weird. Why did they put the name again here down? They could have just given the name variable, no?
Because this is you are doing the testing, right? So
Huh. So they created a name.
but
Could have just
the
put
whole
name here.
purpose of unit testing is that you want to have this thing independent. So why would you pass a parameter to it?
To who?
To this test hello name, you are telling that you wanted to pass this thing. uh, Sorry, what was your question? I got confused.
No, no, I'm saying they have declared a variable here, upper, with name. They could have just put this name here down, no? Why did they put it twice? See, again they put it here.
Yeah. This. Yep. Fair enough.
Yeah, no? No, I'm just thing with Golang. No, there is this very just randomly they put anything which you don't understand what it is. Like percentage Q is what? I have to go and actually see here somewhere what percentage Q is.
There you go. It's a single quoted character.
Dub, double quoted string, and then there is some percentage hash. What was that? Percentage hash V, no? No, percentage hash Q. अब ये क्या है? Percentage hash Q.
No idea.
So it's probably this a Go representation of the value Q. I'm just gonna assume that. And Q is what? Q is single quoted character. Okay. Alright, I have a feeling this is gonna fail again, but let's just do it. Yes, it failed. Mismatch type string and int. Okay, how hard is it to convert? Is it just string? Conversion from int to string yields a string of one row, not a string of digits. ये कैसे करते हैं?
क्या हुआ? एरर क्या है?
How do you, it's saying conversion from int to string yields a string of one rune, not a string of digits. Did you mean fmt.sprint.x? So I have a feeling that I can do something like, because that's, can I do something like fmt then get fmt.sprint f
Yep, you can do.
percentage v percentage v. Hey, v, and then I'll just tell it to go through itself. Would this work? Let's see. Okay, weird. It did not compile, but want match for.
Do you want it to be passing? What is the scene? Okay. Um,
Spiro is saying, I believe single quotes are runes. I have heard of these runes things in Golang, but never actually played around with it. So this regex probably doesn't match, right?
yeah.
We might have to do it separately, I guess. But that would be so cumbersome, yeah, if you have to use regex to do this way. Like, how would I match name age?
Print,
Let's see, regex p must compile match to. Ah, they have sub matches also. See, there is find all. Okay, find all is what I used to use in Python. So in find all, you get like a slice of stuff.
yep.
Uh,
You can use find substring as well. There's something. There's this function I don't remember. So maybe I'll just search for you. Hold on. Where was it?
see, you can split stuff here. See, so
Yeah, you can use find all substring submatch. Sorry, find all string submatch.
oh bhai, क्या है? Regex p must compile.
So this will give you the entire match. Now this function I've used in order to build one of my projects. I don't know what it does, but it does. That's how I describe this.
Yeah,
And
it says the all version of. Acha, it returns a slice, okay, of all successive matches of the expression by the. Okay. Oh, my mouse stopped working. Oof, 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 my head is paining man now. Too much of go. Too much of go in a day.
I think instead of doing this compile and all this these kind of tasks, you should mostly focus on the for loops and calling functions and receiver functions, basic structure, and then come up to using
Ah,
libraries like this.
that is the SEC thing is now with these small things now. You understand where, what shit breaks, to be honest. Now, right now, front of us, this is of the Golang docs, okay. All we have done is add a single age component in the function,
Yeah.
right? A single age component. That's just an extra parameter. But in order to match that, you have to know what you can do to match it, and sort of make the test pass. So I think I can just do your name
I think the -1 is for something else and not age. If we just go to the description, they'll show you what -1 is.
I
The
am in the description.
no doing a GD because this is it telling
Oh,
what n is? No, it's not telling. Oh, you won't get the. I mean, you'll get the same description. Just check for what n is. Because I think
no, I
n
can't
is
find
like
this.
printing, giving the entire string. It's something like that. An entire slice. This will throw you an error. I mean,
It, I can't find this function definition anywhere. Shouldn't it be want?
yeah, that should be want. Now you can find the definition. Check what n is.
It just says if n is less than 0, n equals to length s. It is a string plus 1.
I think that's the same thing. So it's giving you the entire
Yeah,
possibility of matches from the string that you have
I
input.
think I think they're using it to make this uh size, I guess.
But
Anyways, we will array we will try to tackle this with brains. No putting age here. We are just going to put substring. So what do we put the substring match of then?
so you need to check for name, right? So
An age. Let's just try with name, okay? Let's see what prints.
oh wait that particular field would have the input value that you are giving to the function to check.
It has no find name, but it requires the n also. So
No,
it
no,
requires
n is uh, n won't be there. So you need. I
see
think
now it says want.
go
Same
back.
function, no?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Go back. So here, firstly, see the name field will not be there. It should be the string that you are sending that is supposed to be matched. I mean, from which the
That is the
values are.
name, no?
Name is your
Acha.
only single word. I'm talking about the
Got it,
entire
got
string
it, got
from
it.
which you'll find.
But it says returns a slice of all successive matches of the expression. Okay. Got it, got it. Acha, 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 acha. Okay, let me just go back. I'm still confused. What string do I put here? But
Here you need to put the string from which you need to find the value. If that is correct.
but I don't have that string, no.
And then you need to get that string.
कहाँ से लेके आएगा मैं string?
अरे कुछ भी लिख दो ना, कुछ भी पैटर्न में जो आप उसमें इनपुट डाल रहे थे उसका एज और वो जो आप लिखते थे. You need to have an input data from which you'll find a match of your given expression, right?
अरे वो तो इसके बाद आएगा ना मतलब that is the message. तो इसके बाद आएगा ना message. This is the string. ये है ना message. ये है string अपना.
या सो उसके अंदर
समझ रहा
मैसेज
है?
डालना होगा.
हाँ.
एरर क्या है?
ये तो blank आया रे.
हाँ तो कुछ मैच नहीं हुआ.
Let's just do एक. Okay, let's अपना ना regex को अपन simplify करते हैं, ठीक है? No, no name, no age. Okay, the age, rename. ठीक है.
एक मिनट, ये आपका वो इफ कंडीशन में जा रहा है, इफ कंडीशन बताओ ना क्या है. What is that if condition? It says that if
This
want,
one.
yeah, if want dot match string,
बट उसका
फिर
ऊपर वाला प्रिंट नहीं होना चाहिए क्या? ये वाला.
वो कर तो रहा है, वो आपको एम्प्टी एरे दे तो रहा है.
तो एम्प्टी कैसा आ रहा है वो भी? मैच तो होना चाहिए ना, एक चीज नेम तो मैच होना चाहिए. ये बी बी में जगह है इसके लिए हो रहा है क्या? regex is very good.
होल्ड ऑन, आई थिंक टिल्डे साइन लगेगा उसमें.
एक बात बता, दिस व्हाट एग्जांपल आई एम यूजिंग द डॉग्स, ये तो मैच होना चाहिए ना बाय डिफॉल्ट.
हाँ सॉरी.
अगर मैं नेम निकाल दूं, ठीक है, if I just keep this, what is as per this uh,
या
default, right?
या
Hello ladies equals to percentage q, which is the message.
मस्ट कंपाइल में यू आर नॉट यूजिंग द टिल्डे साइन.
अच्छा दिस वन, पर इसको हमने रिप्लेस कर दिया ना. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. नहीं रुक रुक, let's do that. Let's make it ditto. कि ना मेरा भी अभी भेजा
दिस
खराब
विल
हो गया.
थ्रो एन एरर, दिस विल थ्रो एन एरर. आपने स्प्रिंटफ में किया है वो.
प्रिंटफ में क्या किया? अच्छा.
तो स्प्रिंटफ को हटा दो.
ना नहीं, ये हो गया ना.
मोस्टली सही है.
ये
ये
पास हो गया.
टिल्डे साइन, अब उसमें करो कुछ
और
मजेदार.
इसमें करते हैं गोची, फिर टिल्डे साइन डालेंगे, फिर वैल्यू डालेंगे. ठीक है. मिसिंग क्या कॉमा? ओ प्लस साइन. फेल हो गया. अनडिफाइंड वैल्यू.
वैल्यू कुछ होगा ही नहीं.
अरे
एज होगा वहाँ पे, वैल्यू नहीं होगा.
बड़ा दिमाग का सटक गया मेरा. हो गया ना, 1 घंटे के ऊपर हो गया स्ट्रीम, 1 hour 30 minutes हो गया स्ट्रीम. इनवैलिड ऑपरेशन, मिसमैच टाइप स्ट्रिंग एंड इंट. अभी इसको मैं इसको स्ट्रिंग कैसे करूं बता. बस 29 कर लेते हैं यहाँ पे.
ऐसा कर लो. Cannot use age variable of type string as a int value of an argument. हेलो फंक्शन में भी तो आप वो डाल रहे हो, हेलो फंक्शन में कुछ और वैल्यू डालो. हेलो फंक्शन में यू जस्ट राइट 29 नीचे नीचे.
नहीं, बट हेलो फंक्शन का फंक्शन में इंट चाहिए उसको.
हाँ तो उसको 29 नंबर सिर्फ दे दो ना. एज
अच्छा
डोंट
इधर
राइट.
बोल रहे हैं.
हाँ जनरल.
से हो गया.
यस, अब मस्ट कंपाइल भी करके देख लो, सॉरी फाइंड ऑल सब मैच भी देख लो, वो भी हो जाएगा. नीचे ही है, उसको हटा दो.
अच्छा ये वाला,
हम्म,
बस ये ऐसे ही छोड़ दो ना इसको.
हो जाना चाहिए. देखो.
हाँ आ गया देख. शर्म नहीं है उसको, शर्म नहीं आ रहा उसको, देख तू.
ये डिबगिंग.
बोला ना, मेरे को इसके लिए कंफ्यूजन होता है गोलैंग, क्योंकि ना उन लोग के एरर्स ना ऐसे सीधा सीधा नहीं बताएंगे अरे ये फेल हुआ है. कुछ कुछ बोलेंगे, बट
Well,
यूजर पे डिपेंड करता है.
that happens when you are doing too much of Python and you come to all these languages.
हाँ यही 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 है, यही बोला गया है मेरे को बहुत बार कि once you move from Python, you will see how hard it is to implement things that Python does magically. Python वन में कितना चीज मैजिक मैजिक करता है। वो अंडर अंडर स्कोर वाला रहता है ना, डंडर मेथड उन लोग का,
हाँ,
उसमें कितना मैजिक है मालूम है क्या? बहुत मैजिक है। लाइक जो लोग इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं ना, वो इसके लिए कोई और प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज या ये लोग नहीं करते बाय डिफॉल्ट।
ये आपने इतना कुछ सीख लिया आज।
अरे आज के लिए काफी है। अभी वो चाय पे चर्चा चल रहेगा 15 मिनट में।
यस।
मेरे को उसके बाद भी एक और मीटिंग है एक्चुअली।
सही है।
somebody, मतलब वो
कॉफी
कैलेंडली वाला
कॉफी
रहता है
टाइम।
ना। हाँ,
So, are you going for someone or somebody is coming to you? What's the thing?
somebody is coming to me. अरे he was with me, मतलब when I was teaching in that, teaching नहीं, working in the startup, so he was there.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Helping the
so let's
community.
see. Even Spiro is saying
Yeah,
13 15 minutes.
he's
अच्छा
go.
हाँ, 15
He's go
minutes
chai with
for
Sarsa.
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
Sarsa with
I
chai.
have
Sorry.
to go and make coffee and all now. चल then.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the stream and helping with Golang. This pair programming thing is new to me also. What were you doing in the, like what were you researching about this thing? That
I was.
tetragon audio.
Yeah, I was doing the tech thing.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
Thanks for
I
coming.
don't. I mean, I have an issue to do which is related to AWS graphs to one of the open source project, but that is on hold because the maintainers are supposed to review my proposal, and then based on that, I'll start working on it.
Oh, oh. Proposal and all you submit these days.
It's
क्या
really
बात है?
fun to write though. It's so fun
You
to
can
write.
share your screen. You
You
can
want?
share your screen or
Yeah,
is
I
it?
can share my screen.
अच्छा
Hold
अच्छा.
on.
No, I don't know about the StreamYard thing and how it is.
Yeah, yeah, I can share
Seems
my screen.
like Zoom.
Do you want to see my proposal?
I sure. We have like, I can like we can do just 5 minutes and then we'll just
Yeah,
take a break because we have been on the stream for 1 hour 30 minutes almost,
I've
and
done
time
like
has just
3 hours
gone.
or 4 hours long streams.
Arey, for you it is okay. I am awake from morning 7 o'clock then. I can
Yeah,
literally feel my head in the center paining.
I get it. I get that pain. Let me share my screen, and then I need to share my Chrome tab, which is
I think
this.
I'll have to stop the screen.
You need to just do a
Mm,
present on my, yeah.
हाँ.
There you go. So this is something that I wrote at 2 o'clock today in the morning, 2 o'clock morning. So it was yesterday or whatever you call it.
Oh, Comizer I have heard of. That's at what
Tailwater.
is that? Nee, Comizer is that right for bills and
Yeah, yeah,
cloud bills?
yeah. It's more like it gives a dashboard that has all your
हाँ हाँ
cloud
हाँ
resources and
हाँ.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I have used this before because the previous startup we used to do AWS consulting, right? So this tool was very handy for like just getting generating like upcoming bills and all of that. There's
Yeah.
this one more thing, one more tool similar to this. I can't remember the name. Spot.io or something like that. And that used to like you use that and you could save a lot of money on spot instances in AWS. I never got to use it, but
Yeah, so they are actually looking for a feature which is the resource dependency graph. So they have resources, but giving a graph is is a thing for them. Like, and it's a very good thing to give to the users the graph of connected resources, right? And the problem with that is it's not really easy to find the relationship between two resources that are present on a system, or on the account maybe. So this is the initial draft of what how the problem is to be solved, uh, and eventually end
So you
up.
figure it out, like, you figure it out how to uh, get like child dependency sort of.
So the thing is, it is, for now the approach is very much iterative. So for every other instance, I would need to check the other related resources, right? All the so what I'll tell you the proposal that I am thinking of. So let's say, there is the rules kind of a thing which I'm thinking. I'll will make a rule where we'll write all those configurations that can exist in a particular cloud provider. Let's say, in case of AWS, there can be VPCs, and then there is a subnet which is a child of it, and inside that they will have instances S3 and whatnot, right? And these are siblings, while these are parent-child relationship thing. So we'll write all those configurations over here, and based on those configuration we'll do an iterative. So whenever we are fetching data of those particular resources, we'll look into this thing, this particular file, and check for the resources other than the this instance for now, and then find the relationship, and then we'll write it down in a YAML or something file which will eventually be visualized to the users.
Oh, but won't you run into issues like one to many sort of relationships?
Yep.
Like one VPC can have many subnets or
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that. I think you will hit later on
Yeah, I
because
mean,
with AWS,
mhm.
yeah, good. Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so that's the whole thing, right? Over here, if you see this resources, so this is resources, and this is resource one, right? And this resource is, let's say, an instance. So all the relationship that instance has will come over here, and even and same way the resource for resource two, and that will create a big fight, because I don't think there is another way of dealing with this problem for now. I mean, there could be, but that's what the solution which was.
Honestly,
Mhm.
honestly, what you are trying to do, right?
Yeah.
AWS has been trying to do for a long time because
Mhm.
they don't have a dashboard, right?
Yep.
If you've noticed, they don't have a dashboard for viewing resources of the current account, like a
Yep.
graph of the resources of the account. The simple reason why is because it is so irritating for them also to do it. We had actually told them in one of their meetups also, ki, why don't you all have a dashboard where I can see all my resources like at a single time?
Yeah.
They they still haven't added that feature, and that's like what, a year ago.
So the thing is,
So
their
yeah,
architecture is way too big now. If this idea was all, I mean, I may be wrong over here for sure, but what I think is, if this idea was taken very much, I mean, in the past early stages of development, right, and they would have given some, took some steps on doing this thing, implementing this thing, it would have been more easier. When it comes to now, where the infrastructure is so big and you never know what thing is talking to what.
yeah. So one easy way, right, would be security groups, in my opinion. That is one place where everything gets added.
Yeah.
Like if you just scan security groups, you will see rules, and in the rules you will get like services, like where it is going to. But there also these people don't have any definitive names.
Yeah,
Like it
exactly.
can be an IP range.
That's the problem. You cannot, I mean, even when I say that when I say about this function will fetch me if there is a relationship between two resources. This is just for instances and EBS, right? For other two resources or other two pairs or something like that, other configurations, you never know if this thing would work. There is, you need to find some other way to do that same thing. So that's
Yeah.
the
So
tough.
Yeah, so I think you can start with this initially because I mean you have a solution, right? If it works for one thing, like an EC2 or something, at least people will get ideas, no, on how you have done it. Then somebody's different brain will come in the picture. They will brainstorm. But this proposal looks good, and if you have found at least one solution, then it's more than enough to be honest.
Hey, if the maintainers allow, I'm gonna have a
No, no,
chat with.
definitely. See, it'll be a conversation, right? It's not going to be
Yeah, of
like
course.
you're going to give an interview. So
No,
they
no.
will, if they say, okay, this is not a good way, they will have some thoughts at least.
Yeah, definitely. And the maintainers are really chill. They are really friendly. Uh, the
Then it
team
is
is.
good. Commerce, I have used before. I don't
Mhm.
know if I got to see any issues and all with me now. If I have an entire day and I get stuck on something, I can't leave it. I don't solve it. If that takes me, if it's work, same thing. If it's not work, same thing. So that's why I don't get time to go to the issues, which I want to. I want to start soon. Oh, anyways, let's disconnect, man.
Yeah, you
Five
take rest.
five minutes, 5 minutes more for chai pe chalta.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be joining today because I need to work, do some stuff for you.
I
Anyways,
usually just keep it in the background,
yeah,
like it's like
the
a
same thing I do,
podcast to
right?
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I do is I just turn on my mobile phone and I keep it and I then listen to it and do stuff.
Same. I don't give entire like I can't do that focus thing.
Mhm. That's hard. Yeah. Anyways, thank you
Anyways,
so much for calling.
chalo. Thanks for coming on the stream. Yep. See ya. I have just to